What's good, people? It is Tony the Savant. And before we get started, please like this video, share this video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel as well. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel as I drop content daily, go live daily, stay very busy on the platform. And last but not least, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. I'm always intrigued to hear what you all have to say about these topics, especially this one. Ladies and gentlemen, I got a show for y'all today. As Stephen A. and Shannon Sharpe have utterly embarrassed themselves, man. I don't know what they thought they was doing or what they thought they were accomplishing. The other day when they were addressing Molly about Caitlin Clark, but just buffoonish behavior. You know what I mean? I don't even know how to describe this without YouTube probably violating this video because I try my best to kind of come up off the reacting to what people in the mainstream media say at this point. All these people do, man, is say things that's going to get them clicks and reviews in the sense of us reacting to their views, to their negative comments. Or I mean, I'm going to say this, their outlandish comments. Maybe that's better fit. They're just saying stuff so we can react to it nowadays. That's how they're making their money. So I've come up off of reacting to every little stupid thing that these people say, because if I did that, I would have no time to report on actual sports. But these two have utterly taken the cake, as they were acting like they were the only two people that said Caitlin Clark was going to be a good basketball player, and it was taking some kind of victory lap with Molly Karam. They would jump Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless. Please, I don't really do this the sound bites. Maybe I should incorporate that a little bit more. What I like to do is tell you all about the stories, and I trust that you're gonna go search out that information for yourself. But please, ladies and gentlemen, go watch that video with Skip and Shannon Sharpe as they are yelling, over talking, interrupting, cutting off everything Molly Karam says to have their sort of, I guess you can call it a victory lap. As Caitlin Clark has been balling since the Olympic break has concluded, and they feel like they were prophetic in the sense of saying that Caitlin Clark was going to be a decent basketball player at some point in her career. But when I heard the clip, I promise y'all, man, I just was flabbergasted, shocked, maybe I should say, because when I was put on, I forget who told me about the clip. And shout out to my big bro Mel at Man Down Sports. He pulled up to the show yesterday, and he reminded me about this clip. But I had heard about it prior to that, and people were saying that Shannon Sharpe and Skip, excuse me, Skip, yeah, Skip Sharpe, Shannon Sharpe and Skip A. Smith, because both these dudes are just as clownish as him. But they was telling me that Stephen A. and Shannon was taking a victory lap in the sense of, they proved everybody wrong about Caitlin Clark and all this kind of stuff. So when I pulled up to the clip, to the actual video, I was expecting something totally opposite of what I got. Because I was really wondering what they Shannon Sharpe and Stephen A. Smith say that was prophetic or would allow them the opportunity to take a quote unquote victory lap. And ladies and gentlemen, do y'all know what it was? They were saying that Monica McNutt, I think the young lady name was Andrea Carter, Molly Karam, all of the ladies that was on the panel a couple weeks ago, when the WNBA started, the WNBA season, I believe it had just started, or it was just a couple weeks in, but they had a show circling around the WNBA, mainly Caitlin Clark, because that's all these dudes could talk about. When I say dudes, Caitlin, I mean Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless. They can only talk about Caitlin Clark, and they think they're informed about the WNBA. But anyway, uh, they were thoroughly they were thoroughly schooled on that episode. Actually, I posted the clip myself because I watched that in real time, and it was beautiful seeing Stephen A. get checked. Because you know how many times Stephen A. opens his mouth about subjects that he has no idea about? This man prides himself on being a basketball analyst, right? Primarily an NBA basketball specialist. But this man didn't even know who was on the Knicks roster a year ago. I made a video about it. I had listened to Stephen A. Smith's show, and this is about the time I stopped listening to his little podcast. You know what I mean? I actually gave it an opportunity. But around the time, this was about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago now, but this man literally was covering the Knicks. He's from New York, from his own mouth. You know, he's from New York. He's a big Knicks fan, always got something to say about the Knicks. But he literally thought that one dude that was on the Knicks that had not been on the Knicks for about 2-3 months, he was blaming that guy for the Knicks losing the game. Can you believe that? A dude that had got traded 2-3 months ago was being blamed for a Knicks loss by a Knicks fan. This is when I lost all respect for Stephen A. Smith. You got to go see that clip yourself. But anyway, they were acting like, talking down on Molly. Literally just talking down on her. And shout out to Molly Karam. I'm not the biggest Molly Karam fan. I definitely had something to say about her a couple days ago, maybe last week this time, as she totally disrespected Kevin Garnett. I was not cool with that. I watched that in real time too. So as soon as I seen it, I made a video about it, and it was disgusting what Molly did. This is why I can't rock with these mainstream people no more, bro. Honestly, they're all disgusting. Molly is no better than Stephen A. or Skip Bayless, or excuse me, I keep saying Skip, but Shannon Sharpe. She's no better than them. It's just in this particular topic, I do rock with how Molly handled these clowns, because they were acting as if they were the only two people in the world, Craig, acting like they were the only two people saying that Caitlin Clark was going to be a good basketball player. And it's to the point where it's like, no, fool, everybody was saying that. Was Skip, I keep saying Skip, I'm on my Shannon Sharpe first day at ESPN time. When Shannon and Stephen, they were covering the league, they were doing a bunch of capping as far as Caitlin Clark being the best ever. She's being a marketing, what do you call it? Guru, I guess you want to call it. She's bringing all this money to the WNBA, and she's going to be better. And that everybody was jealous of Caitlin Clark. This is the kind of stuff they were saying. When nobody was jealous of Caitlin Clark, nobody didn't say that Caitlin Clark wasn't a good basketball player. Nobody said that Caitlin Clark wasn't a big draw. She was that she was box office. And in fact, another thing that they was hanging their hat on, it just came to my mind. They were saying that Caitlin Clark should have been on the Olympic team, which I'm not totally. I was always in the middle with that kind of thing. I wouldn't have been mad if Caitlin Clark was on the team, as there has been a precedent for rookies being on teams. For sure, I remember Christian Laettner with the Dream Team, and I know that I think that Diana Taurasi was on the Olympic team her rookie year. So there's a precedent for rookies being on the Olympic team. I thought that, if Caitlin was on the team or if she wasn't on the team, it didn't really make a difference in terms of both her game and us winning the gold. I mean, still 10 million people tuned into the women's tournament on average. So, you know what I mean? That's more than what she's drawing to the WNBA, to be frank. I think the most TV ratings, now she's filling up the seats in the arenas, but on the TV ratings, I think the most, I can't recall, I think she pulled like 3 or 5 million, So on average, it was 10 million people tuning into the women's tournament in the basketball Olympics. And nowadays, the max that Caitlin Clark can pull is 3 million. So it's like, it's no real big margin of difference in that sense. But if you would have had Caitlin Clark on TV, then what? I don't think you're drawing any more people than that. Caitlin Clark isn't a global sensation yet. She's just a very big figure in the media. You know what I mean? She even not everybody in the streets know Caitlin Clark yet. So. But anyway, they were saying that Caitlin Clark should have been on the Olympic team, and how she is playing now. Okay, how she's playing now is the reason why they believe that she should have been on the Olympic team. But hold up. Do we not recall just a few short weeks ago, 2-3 months ago, Caitlin Clark was playing like hot garbage. She has a game where she only put up like 8 points. You know what I mean? She has plenty of games where she gets locked down. You know what I mean? Like, where she can be totally nullified. And for me, somebody that's actually watching these games, If Caitlin Clark didn't have one Kelsey Mitchell on her team, the Indiana Fever are at the bottom of the league. There's been a lot of games decided because Kelsey Mitchell stepped up in the fourth quarter or stepped up in the crucial point of the game. It wasn't Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark has rarely stepped up when the team needed her to. You know what I mean? Like, I think one time against the Dallas Wings, I can recall. You know what I mean? But at the same time, she's not the primary person that they go to in the fourth quarter. The whole playbook is for Kelsey Mitchell in the fourth quarter, and you have to had watched the games to understand that. But these two buffoons, like I say, just was in the media capping, talking about Caitlin Clark should have been on the Olympic team in place of somebody else. Now, again, my opinion is that, yeah, you could have replaced her with Diana Taurasi. I mean, you could have replaced Diana Taurasi with her because Diana Taurasi wasn't very serviceable for us during the Olympics, um, and I think that it would have been the same results. Us bringing a goal home, probably still having a close game with friends, blah, blah, blah. Also, I don't think that Caitlin Clark would have been able to handle the international pressure, because them international women play defense. It's a very different caliber game. And you have to have a bag like a Jewel Lloyd, a Jackie Young, Asia Wilson, Brianna Stewart. You know what I mean? You need to be well versed in Olympic play and how to deal with defenses in order to play in the Olympics. And Caitlin Clark is not that yet. She's been shut down. She could be shut down right now if Dejanay Carrington from the Kinetic Sun feels like shutting her down. She can lock her up. And you best hope the referees hope, you know what I mean, calling them phantom calls, because that's the only way that Caitlin Clark is going to be able to get off on some good defense. But they were saying all of that. And like I say, I'm 50-50 on that, but I don't think that's any reason to hang your hat on it and hang your hat on. I don't think that's something that you should hang your hat on and act like you were prophetic. You know what I mean? Like you was telling the world something that we already didn't know. Everybody knows that Caitlin Clark is a great basketball player. Everybody knows that Caitlin Clark is destined for superstardom. You know what I mean? As big as she is now, she's going to be bigger if she continues to improve her game and continue to do what she's doing. Everybody knows that. What people were saying was that hold your horses, hype machine, mainstream media. Take a breath, all right? Because y'all like to say that everybody that's coming into the league is going to be the next big this, next big that. I recall when Andrew Luck, a quarterback for the NFL, was coming into the NFL, and everybody was saying he's the next Peyton Manning. He's the next Peyton Manning. And it's like, bruh, relax. You don't have to be the next nothing. Just let these kids play. And that's what I was saying about Caitlin Clark. Just let her play, bro. She's gonna be good. She's gonna be great. But turnovers to this day are still a problem. There's been plenty of times where she misread the defense and just utterly threw the ball away. And I'm not knocking her for that. That's just a rookie mistake. That's something that she's going to be able to, I foresee her, straighten that out in her game, improving in that area. But all in all, Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharpe were just acting like complete buttholes, and I just do not condone this behavior. And this is why I cannot listen to the mainstream media. Shout out to my brother Melvin Wall of Man Down Sports. Shout out to my brother Lamar Wallace, Wildcard Mar of IOW. Shout out to Miss Dom with Sports T. These are the people I listen to. All right, I don't listen to I like Rich Eisen. Rich Eisen is one of my favorite NFL guys to listen to. I'm not going to lie. I can't listen to Stephen A. Smith, man. He's a buffoon to me. I can't listen to Shannon Sharpe. I used to support Shannon Sharpe during that whole Skip Bayless, situation, but now Shannon has really jumped off the rails, man. He's really trying to be like Stephen A. Smith, and his behaviors surrounding LeBron James and Caitlin Clark. I guess I could have tolerated the LeBron James stuff, but this Caitlin Clark cap for an NFL Super Bowl champion who has been through the gauntlet, he knows what it's like to be a rookie. He knows what it's like to move up in the ranks. He's acting like a total buffoon. You know what I mean? And I know it's all for the views and for the clicks, but I think that how they behaved with Molly in this particular segment was nasty work. And I so wish that Monica McNutt was there because she would have checked Stephen A. Smith. Monica McNutt, we all know about that viral clip of Monica McNutt checking Stephen A. But go through the catalog. She's checked Stephen A. Smith multiple times. And Monica McNutt is very good. I would even say great at making her points and making consistent points and backing her points up with some substantial evidence. Stephen A. Smith can't do that. You know what Stephen A. Smith do? He does all that yelling, all of that, this, that, and the third, and trying to throw his weight around. He don't ever really come with substance if you listen to Stephen A. Smith. You know what I mean? If Stephen A. Smith is coming with any form of substance, it's when he's mentioning, I talked to this person behind the scenes, this, that, and the third, these quote unquote sources he has. That's the most substance you're gonna get from Stephen A. Smith. It's not like he can break down X's and O's. He can't tell you a damn thing about Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hall, maybe not even Aaliyah Boston. Honestly, he probably can't tell you a damn thing about Aaliyah Boston either. So this dude is a buffoon. And Shannon Sharpe, for whatever reason, is following right up in his footsteps. Like, that's the thing to do. And I wish I could talk to Shannon and myself and be like, nah, brother, continue doing what you was doing, man, because your style was nice. The standard Shannon Sharpe has an ability to keep it humble while also keeping it passionate. That's what I always enjoyed about Shannon Sharpe's sports takes. He don't try to talk down on you. At least he up until he got on ESPN, I never really seen that from him. But he talks down on people. He be talking crazy, getting all loud like Stephen A. Smith. I'm like, come on, Shannon A. Smith, man. We don't need two of these buffoons. Keep doing what you was doing. But all in all, I just wanted to express my disgust about that situation, ladies and gentlemen. Again, you can feel what you feel, but I don't react to these people because they only doing it for the clicks and the views. And it's at this point, it's getting out of pocket, man. It's really out of pocket. The only reason I guess my buddy told me that you have to kind of react to these kind of things because they have such big audiences, and the only way that's their cap is going to be offset is if somebody looks up their video and then my video pops up right after them. You know what I mean? And it'd be like, all right, now we're getting some fair journalism, some fair balance. So I guess I gotta keep doing it for the sake of the future basketball fans. But man, it's hard. It's super difficult to listen to these people just blatantly cap, blatantly lie, blatantly distort facts, like just all blatant. ESPN is a joke. Fox Sports 1 has fallen off a cliff. You know what I mean? Like, totally. I don't think nobody watches Fox Sports 1 like that unless you've already been watching them for years. I don't hear nobody checking for Nick Wright or none of those clowns. Chris Broussard, I still kind of listen to him and Rob Parker, but Fox Sports is definitely falling off since Shannon Sharpe has left. But that's all I got for y'all on this video. On your way out, please like this video, share this video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel. As well, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel as I drop content daily, go live daily, stay very busy on the platform. Last but not least, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. I'm always interested to know what you all have to say about these topics. I am Tony the Savant. Peace.